Here's a look at all 4 fights you'll see tonight on PBC on Prime Pay-Per-View. We'll begin the night. Former super lightweight champion Rolly Romero taking on Manuel Jaimes. It's a 10-round scrap. Caleb Plant fought Canelo 3 years ago for the undisputed crown. Well, tonight he continues his journey to reclaim his status as a champion. Takes on Trevor McCumbee for the WBA interim title. Co-main event. Danny Swift Garcia's back. 2 years away from the ring, but he's moving up to 160. He's taking on the ageless one himself, the 41-year-old WBA middleweight champion, Erislandy Lara. In the main event, the former undisputed, now unified super middleweight champion, Canelo Álvarez. He's still the man, defends his titles against the unbeaten power-punching Edgar Berlanga. Well, hello, everyone. I'm Brian Custer. Welcome to Vegas. Tonight, it is Mexico versus Puerto Rico because the unified champ Canelo Álvarez takes on the unbeaten knockout artist Edgar Berlanga. Now, before we get to that, we got 3 fights for you right here on Prime, including the return of the former unified champ, Scooter, Stephen Fulton Jr. He is in the main event. It's been over a year since the former unified featherweight champion has been in the ring, but he's back. He's fighting at featherweight, and he's taking on Carlos Castro, who's won 3 straight fights. But let's start things off. Fantastic-looking top prospect, Gio Lopez. He's unbeaten, taking on Ricky Medina Jr. So let's go ringside. Here's Mauro Ranallo.
All right, we are set for action in the 130-pound division. The undefeated Gio Lopez with Eddie Reynoso as his chief second. Yeah, Reynoso is also Canelo's trainer, and he will be in Canelo's corner in the main event. And he's taking on the veteran Ricky Medina Jr., who is coming off his second loss, looking to bounce back and hand Lopez his first defeat. Let's get the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada, as Canelo Promotions presents the PBC Prime Video Prelims. It is all brought to you by Canelo Promotions and TGB Promotions. Sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. VMC Tequila Cocktails, El Origen Ante Todo. The Joker, Foley Ado in theaters, October 4th. El Mexicano brand products, bringing authentic sabor to your table. Somos El Mexicano. And O'Reilly Auto Parts, professional parts people. Our 3 judges ringside are Glenn Feldman, Dave Moretti, and Ricardo Ocasio. The referee in charge of the action is Robert Hoyle. And now, Premier Boxing Champions presents 8 rounds in the super featherweights division. Introducing first in the red corner, wearing the whites with gold trim. He weighed in at an even 130 pounds. His record stands 15 victories, 8 wins by knockout, opposite of 2 defeats. Representing San Antonio, Texas, here is Ricky El Castigo Medina Jr. And now introducing his opponent across the ring in the blue corner, wearing the black trunks. He weighed in at 130 pounds. His record stands 16 victories, including 12 wins by knockout, no defeats. Representing Orlando, Florida, and representing Puerto Rico, here is the undefeated Gio La Roca Lopez.
Okay, guys, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Any punches here will be legal. Anything here will be legal. When I say break, I expect you to break. When I say stop, I want you to stop and protect yourself and take a step back. Touch them up, scoot back.
Tail of the tape for our opening contest. 8 rounds at 130 pounds. Gio Lopez with a 2-inch edge in the wingspan. Medina has had more rounds experience, and it's expected that he will try to give Lopez a few more rounds as Lopez continues his learning curve again. A highly touted prospect against a guy who's only 23, but Medina is looking to get back in the win column after his second straight setback. The bell and round number 1. The referee, Robert Hoyle, the southpaw, Lopez. Medina is 1-1 against lefties in his last 4 fights. His first loss came against the then undefeated southpaw in Raymond Ford. Said he learned he has to bring more pressure to the lefties, has to establish his jab more against the southpaw.
Easier said than done, especially against Lopez. You know, if you put pressure on him, you're liable to walk into something early, especially. So he's got to be careful. I mean, I like the idea of pressure, but it's not always the smartest thing to do this early against a home run hitter like Lopez.
The explosive reflexes of Lopez already on display, establishing the lead hand, the right, and then landing that left hand to the body, Abner. You are very impressed with what you've seen. It's been early days for Gio Lopez, but he seems like he has the makings of a future champion. In fact, Eddie Reynoso says he's going to be a future 2-division champion.
Within 2 years, he says, and yeah, I can see that. Look at, he's so patient. Look at Lopez, how he's just waiting. He's so precise, selective with his punches, and a great defense right there from Lopez. Again, you don't see that from young fighters like him.
Medina trying to parry Lopez's jab and come over the top of the left hook. Instead, there is Lopez right on the mark, Joe, with that straight left down the middle.
Yeah, that left hand he threw was a little roundhouse, and Medina had the right hand up for that. That didn't come straight down the middle, but he will start switching up, coming straight down the middle and coming around with that left hand.
Yeah,
All about the foot positioning. You see the lateral movement already for Lopez, utilizing angles, trying to bait, trying to set a trap for Medina.
Yeah, definitely Lopez trying to do that.
Getting him into the corner. There it is! Pops the mouthpiece right out of Medina's mouth and nails him with a short right hook. So the power of Lopez already on display. Medina biting down, I would say, on his gum shield, but it's out of his mouth.
Now,
they stopped it.
I have to tell you, after that that mouthpiece being come out, when we came back to the corner here, Lopez threw a left uppercut and got countered by a right hand from Medina. That was a slick move. So he's got to get that hand back quickly. Lopez does after that left uppercut.
Medina's been down once in his career, round 2 against Omar Castillo back in June of 2021. Medina went on to win a unanimous decision in 8 rounds, but already feeling the power. The face tells the story.
Face, yeah. You can tell right away that left hand did damage. Obviously, he took it like a champ. Medina did, but look at his eyes already cut open. Ooh, really precise punches there from Lopez. And it's just a matter of time, to be honest, guys. It's just how he's doing. He's being patient right now, Lopez, and he's so good at putting his punches together.
Yeah, that was a nice straight left hand to the body, right hook by Lopez, and he's switching up, and that's good. Don't be a headhunter. Go up and down, mix up your punches.
Poised, calm, cool, and explosive. We have seen a little bit of everything from Gio Lopez in the opening 3 minutes. And his second career fight here in Las Vegas. Lopez kicking off the prelims here on Prime from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. He is trained by Eddie Reynoso, who I mentioned will be in Canelo's corner as well. But so far tonight, a huge opportunity here for Lopez. Hall of Fame trainer Joe Goosen, former 3-division champion Abner Mares. Who cares who I am except my parents? Mauro Domenico Ranallo. Lots to talk about with Lopez especially.
Lopez, look, he may be moving up to another division. You can tell by his body, he's huge. Yeah. He's really a big kid. He's in shape. You can tell he trimmed down real well for this fight. He's moving up. He's only 21. But what a puncher. Look, Medina, though, let me just tell you something. We'll probably see the mouthpiece come out here pretty soon. I mean, that's the replay I'd imagine we're going to see right here. There, it was a short left hand. He didn't really turn it over. He didn't get to turn his knuckles over, but yet that's the power he's got. Still knocked the mouthpiece out.
Lopez on a 3-fight knockout streak. It's coming off his 5th career first-round KO against Leonardo Padilla back in July here in Las Vegas. But again, Abner, just 21 years of age, his 17th pro fight, 16-0 with 12 KOs. He is so much still to learn and improve, but the fundamentals are in place, and here is a huge opportunity for him to make a statement as we kick off the PBC prelims on Prime.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful thing to get an early knockout, a spectacular knockout early on, but for Lopez, you want those rounds, you want to get the experience, and it seems like Medina's going to give him that tonight because he's taking some shots really well. He's still walking forward, so again, I think we're going to see some rounds again. Gio Lopez just has to work and keep doing what he's doing.
Lopez establishing that long-range jab again. Joe has the 2-inch wingspan advantage and sets up that lethal left hand. Very much, again, the style of a guy we will see in our co-feature, the Southpaw Erislandy Lara, and he's fighting Danny Garcia. Garcia had his mouthpiece knocked out against Lucas Medina in what was his biggest win. That came 11 years ago tonight.
And I will tell you, Medina, I got to give him a little.
Ooh, that's where he's good at. That's where he's good at. In the inside, yes,
that's
sir.
Right. And this is where he wants to be, because Gio Lopez has not mastered the inside yet. No. Although he can rip that left hand, that uppercut to the body, like right there.
Yeah, he's not as comfortable. He's not as comfortable in the inside, Lopez, even though he's landing some shots there, but it's all Medina there, and that's what he has to do, being the smaller fighter.
Yeah, we've seen the lack of comfort on the inside, can be pressured, and really, I mean, 17th pro fight jury is still out on his power as he continues to grow as a fighter, and again, levels to this thing, and Medina is posing a stern test, but Lopez is managing to connect with some nice-looking combinations.
Yeah. And again, Medina's taking those shots really well. He's investing in the body right now, and that's what he wants to do. Yeah. But also Lopez, beautiful uppercut right there, and a body shot as well.
And Medina was the one who pulled out of that clinch, so he had a little bit too much right there, and he backed out. And, of course, Lopez picked up the slack and came right back in. Look, Lopez is going to land that left uppercut right there to the body. That was a little low, but that's his go-to punch on the inside, is that left uppercut.
Final minute of action, high volume. In fact, after the first round where Lopez went 26 of 57, including scoring 11 punches, Medina was only 7 of 30. But in this round, Medina's 13 of 45, Lopez 22 of 39. So a higher level of accuracy for Lopez in round 2 as he continues to fight at close quarters with Medina.
Yeah, you can see the experience also from Medina, working in the inside, working with this free hand. Not so much from Lopez, but again, not so much power from Medina.
Left by Lopez, beautiful right hook, left hand upstairs by the undefeated fighter.
Yes, exactly. And he's hurting Medina with those punches right there.
Got to be impressed with Lopez's body work, outlanding Medina 29-5 thus far, making that early investment.
Yeah, those were nice short shots, but again, the hard, powerful ones were landed by Lopez.
Okay.
Here we go. There's a little bam right there, right on the belt. That was not below the belt. That was right on it. Then he finished with the left hook and dropped a little overhand left.
And those hurt, Joe. You know that, bro. He boxes well. Those short body shots hurt.
Turn him. No lo cargues, güey.
You remember the arm?
Pásalo.
Turn it like this, and hit, boom, and then watch it. Bring it back.
Y regresa rápido la guardia. Si no te me quedes aquí. Si estás aquí, nomás cabeceale aquí y agárralo. Cabeceale aquí y agárralo aquí, pero con la guardia arriba y dale vuelta.
Eddie Reynoso instructing
You know what you're doing, Bobby. Alert. You know
Lopez
Vamos, si finta cuando entras,
in that corner. Valuable advice. And, of course, being around Canelo Álvarez doesn't hurt. He admires Canelo for his discipline and dedication. Canelo says that for him to be successful, Lopez, what he likes about him so far, Canelo says that Lopez has cojones.
And he does. I mean, he's fighting in the inside. He fights the fight that Medina likes. But again, you know, he does that because he wants to learn. He wants to perfect that. He's good in the outside as it is already.
Yeah, for a guy, though, that wants to get on the inside, and you got the height and reach like Lopez does, I would do everything in everything I could to keep Medina on the outside.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's the easy fight there.
Beautiful double jab, left hand through the high guard of Medina by Lopez. Very patient, check hook, step off.
But there's fighters who you could work the inside again. Lopez, I mean, Ricky only has 8 knockouts, not that many knockouts, so you can take shots from him.
54% connect rate for Lopez thus far. 44 of 81. Medina just 17 of 59. Lopez utilizing the lateral movement again, showing off all the wrinkles, and again perfectly times that left hand to the face of Medina.
And you can tell Lopez got his instructions in the corner to get out of that pocket and box this guy, and that's exactly what he's doing. You can tell that's what he was told. He's not hanging in that pocket right now, and nor should he be.
As you mentioned, both you guys in that first round, if there's an area that he still needs work on, is on the inside. So, as you mentioned, Joe, great advice. Utilizing the ring, utilizing the lateral movement, establishing the jab, and making Medina mentally tired.
Right. Now, I say if Medina traps you, and you've got no choice. Then you got to work your inside game, but you got to get out as quick as you can and back to your boxing game.
Yeah, I want to see Lopez change that left hand to an uppercut now. It's beautiful. It's landing as an overhand left, I'm sorry, but it's an uppercut. I think that's going to be the moneymaker.
Medina going to the body on the clinch, under a minute left here in round 3. Referee Hoyle calls for the break.
And again, Lopez tied up Medina on the inside there instead of dealing with them, and then got out.
Great reflexes by Lopez, able to pick off Medina. As soon as he initiates a step, he gets picked off with the left hand.
Yeah, great
Sharp
defense.
by Lopez.
Slipping those punches really good, and now it's time to come back after those slips.
Yeah, that's the second time now Medina's gotten in the inside and Lopez has tied him up. He's not going to deal with the inside. He doesn't need to right now. He's controlling this fight from the outside. And until he gets better at the inside game, this is a smart move.
Less than 20 seconds left in the third round. 11 of Lopez's 12 knockouts have come within the first 3 rounds. But again, this matchup was put together in hopes that Medina, I call him a veteran, he's only 23 years old, 18th pro fight, but they were hoping that he would give him different looks. And so far, Lopez is passing the test very well.
That's it, Bobby. That's it. Right there. Catch your breath. We're covered good.
And we're gonna get some replays here from Lopez on how successful he was from that reach, from that distance, moving away from the ropes, getting Medina off balance. Beautiful jab, slip, there it is. I want him to come back after that slip. That'll be great counterpunch for Lopez. Hoping that he does that in this next round.
You're hurting too slow for you. Have your balance right, feint. It's coming in. It's easy, you know? It's coming in. Keep jabbing, work him. Okay. Don't make it happen. It will happen. You know what I'm saying? Sí.
Aquí nomás maneja tu distancia, güey. Se te deja venir, estíralo y pum, recíbelo aquí y recíbelo acá y regresas. ¿Ok?
Shooter, you know?
Pasas por un ladito, Gio, y luego regresas por el otro. Manos arriba, ¿eh? Vamos. Así, venga, mijo. Agarra su ritmo, cabrón.
Let me kind of take a shot at what went on in the corner. They were instructing Lopez to use his distance and to use his movement in the box Medina. That's the smart move, and those are the smart instructions.
Ooh, wow. Lopez took some shots there.
Medina exploding and Lopez's defense being tested. He's been known to be defensively responsible. Does keep that lead hand low. And Medina testing the waters here in the 4th round where he is trying to break down Lopez.
Great body shot by Lopez.
That's now toe-to-toe.
That's what you want to do if you're Medina. You want to bring that dog. You want to throw those punches. I mean, Lopez is getting the outside, but the inside game, it's all you, Medina.
Lopez's biggest claim to fame thus far being a frequent sparring partner for Naoya Inoue. Says they sparred 50 rounds over a 5-week period when he was a 20-year-old. Of course, Inoue sent Stephen Fulton Jr. to the ranks of the unbeaten. Fulton Jr. returns in our prelims feature attraction coming up against Carlos Castro later tonight. But now Lopez, after tasting some of the pressure from Medina, trying to find his rhythm again.
Yeah, and he's landing big shots right now, Lopez. And I'm going to tell you, that left uppercut or that left hand is going to come into play. And I have a feeling he's going to hurt Medina with that in the next round or two, if not this round.
Yeah, Medina came out strong as he should. But again, it's all about taking control of the fight, and I think that Gio Lopez is back on that, taking control of the fight.
Medina born in San Antonio, Texas. Nice hotbed of boxing and showing that San Antonio fighting spirit. Going close quarters, and Lopez showing some veteran wrinkles, wrapping his arms up, getting the referee to step in and getting countered with the left hook upstairs by Medina. And again, Lopez, that lead hand, he drops it low.
He drops it low and he pulls straight back. You got to be careful with that, Lopez. Again, you know, you're getting the experience, but those are things that you're going to have to work on and perfect.
Lopez said he'd look for the body shot wherever he could get it. He's ahead 38-17 in that department thus far.
Yeah, and those are punches, I mean, mistakes you can't make against punchers. Medina, again, he's not a puncher, only 8 knockouts, but Lopez is eating some shots.
Yeah, Medina's, look, he's got one thing he's got to do right now, and he can't lay back against Lopez.
Yeah.
He's got to put some pressure on and go for it And that's not happening right now. Lopez is backing him up and hurting him. That's why Medina's moving backwards.
Lopez at his preferred range here launches the jab and then lands a couple of left hands, backs up responsibly defensively as we are 10 seconds away from reaching the midpoint of the scheduled 8-round contest at 130 pounds. Undefeated prospect Gio Lopez leading the way.
Good shit, dude. Hey, that was a good round. Good round, man.
We can box a little bit. You can do on the bike.
How you feel?
You can move. That's a good thing about you. You can box.
What is this? What round is
this? On the inside, you can fight. You can do a little bit.
Deep breath. Deep breath.
I told you that shit in the locker room. He always got you.
This is a 6.
Okay? Don't get impatient.
Okay.
Step in before you throw those punches. You can get in here real good. You look real nice.
When you come in, get tight, Rick. Get tight and weave yourself in there. But as soon as you step in, you need to let those fucking shots rip and then get out to the sides. But stay on his ass. Okay? Don't get out of range because he wants you. He wants to get around.
For 3 minutes. Don't stand right in front of him. Just look at him, right?
Deep breath.
We're gonna walk to the side. We're gonna try to counter his backhand with that little hook, right?
Good shit.
I want more uppercuts on the fucking inside. I want 2 more.
All right, here's Medina right there. He landed a beautiful jab right before Lopez was able to get his punch off. And he countered quite well occasionally in that last round, but not enough to win the round. His corner was just told Medina, you got to get on him, stay on him, because if you lay back, you're going to lose the round at best, and at worst, you're going to get hurt.
Second half of this 8-round attraction at 130 pounds begins. Mauro Ranallo along with Hall of Fame trainer Joe Goosen, former 3-division champion Abner Mares at ringside. Gio Lopez at 16-0 with 12 knockouts against the 15-2 Ricky Medina, again coming off a loss in his last fight to George Acosta, so he wants to prove his worth and he wants to disrupt the apple cart, derail the hype train that is Gio Lopez.
Yeah, Lopez may be winning this fight, but he's, it's not an easy fight. Medina's making him work for every round that Lopez is winning.
Well, Medina had his best round in the last round 4, 15-42, and yet Lopez countered 20 of 57, according to CompuBox.
Because Medina gave up the pressure game and then started backing up the second half of the round. That's why he gave it away.
And there is blood around the right eye of Gio Lopez. So adversity here in round 5 is the 21-year-old Lopez now having to deal with the cut around the right eye.
And this is what being on the inside for Medina is doing for him right now. Plus, he landed a great short right hand off of Lopez in close.
That is the first time he has been cut in his career.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's bothering him at the moment. But yeah, it looks like a good cut. Again, he's got to overcome this. And Lopez, again, you got to have these fights, Joe. You as a coach, you got to be happy also that this is happening early in his career, because it's going to happen in better fights, bigger levels. So for Lopez, this is a good fight.
Yeah, you'd rather not have it happen ever, but eventually
it's going to happen. It's boxing, contact sport,
That's right.
Lopez almost throwing himself off balance, swinging wildly with the right now, trying to again come forward on the front foot, establish the jab. Medina, his offense is being muted here with less than a minute now left after landing 15 punches in round 4. Medina back to single digits here with 45 seconds left. A good combination, and that's something Lopez also putting together some crafty combos.
Nice body work there from Medina.
Nice 1-2 from the lefty Lopez. Medina not trying to set a trap, trying to feint, trying to find a way on the inside to get back to where he can put some pressure on Lopez, make him uncomfortable.
I think Lopez is overthinking a little bit here, Joe. I mean, what do you think? I think he's waiting a little bit too long to let those punches go. When he does, he's so good at it. And he's landing at will, but
here's the thing.
Too much for him.
Even if he's slowing down his punch output, Lopez, as long as he's keeping Medina on the outside and he's not letting him land, that's good for Lopez.
Yeah, but he's giving Medina an opportunity to land as well.
All right, let's see what happened to the eye. We're not sure if it was a headbutt, but most likely it was a headbutt inside. I doubt it was caused by a punch.
That was me all day.
No, that's
that was me all day.
But it might have
Christopher Diaz working on the cut.
Don't Don't try to throw too hard.
Let's see what happened here. You see the head's right there, and there's a little short shot.
There's the head. Yeah,
now, wait a minute now. The head hit the eye.
There's the blood right there, Joe. It was a headbutt.
Hit the eye after the punch.
And hey, guys, I don't want Christopher Diaz to get mad at me because he actually works for Ricky Medina. That is Carlos Barragan Jr. who's working on the cut of Lopez. The first cut of his career. There's adversity here. He is ahead in the fight, but as you mentioned, Abner, these are the things as a professional prize fighter you have to work around. So here we go. Round number 6, scheduled for 8.
And it should be said that cut is on the outside of the eyebrow, so that's good that the blood won't necessarily drip straight down into the eye.
No, it won't bother him. It won't bother his vision whatsoever. Again, Lopez got to get on it.
Double jab, left hand to the body, and now the combinations. Lopez really opening up well here. Coming off the cut, but he opens up the 6th in style.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. If you're Lopez, you can't give Medina those moments.
Medina doing what he has to do, make it a rough and tumble affair. He's not going to outslick Gio Lopez. He needs to make it tough on the inside.
Well, he's got a great incentive right now. Lopez is cut. This is a great incentive for Medina to get in there, maybe open it up more. You know, anything can happen with a cut. It can get stopped. The doctor can stop. The ref can stop it. We'll see.
Yeah, even if you're down on the scorecards, me as a fighter, that excites me, you know, seeing my opponent bleeding.
Right. But here's the thing, Medina's got to use this whole round. He's got to do 3 minutes, not 2 minutes and 50 seconds on the inside. He's got to press him, and that's how he's going to win.
Brother leaning in now, closing in. The referee, Hoyle, warning Lopez not to push his head down. And Joe goes in. His brother was a baseball pitcher. You have Lopez pitching a shutout through 5 rounds.
I do. I think Medina has spurts. Yeah, that's just a push down. Where Medina has spurts of, good moments on the inside, but not enough to win the rounds. I think, Lopez is landing the hard shots and winning the fight.
And now referee Hoyle is stepping in and not allowing Medina to really fight the fight that he would like to fight, as he again has realized, Abner, that he needs to keep it on the inside. That may be his only path to victory against a guy that's slick like that, who manages to counter Medina coming in with the left hand.
Ooh, that's the distance, that's the range for Lopez. But yeah, Medina making it tough for Lopez, no doubt, in the inside, the overhand, and he keeps working with that free hand, Medina. So really good round right now for Medina, even though Lopez has had some good shots.
Stop!
Lopez started boxing when he was 6 years old, turned pro at 17, comes from a family of fighters. For Medina, he started at 7, a lot of amateur experience. He also turned pro at 17. In fact, one of his closest pals is none other than the ring 115-pound division champ, Jesse Bam Rodriguez. 20 seconds remaining in the 6th.
Yeah, Bam, a great fighter. But this may be the first round that I'm going to give Medina.
Right? Statistically very close, Joe.
Really close.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel that Medina did a little bit more pressure.
And it's unbelievable. Lopez started so well.
He did.
Medina's come on, and
he's closing the round, Medina.
Although he did get clipped in that corner right there a second ago by Lopez.
Okay, you got this. Okay, push yourself.
Recupérate, toma aire primero.
Catch some air.
¿Cómo te sientes?
Recover. How do you feel?
Faltan 2 rounds nomás, cabrón, hazlos bien.
There's 2 rounds left.
Lo estás
Doing
dominando
well.
con de velocidad.
You're beating him with speed. Catch some air.
Make it harder for yourself, you know?
A ver,
on the inside,
recárgate.
listen, turn him real quick and hit. Don't stay there. Turn or hit or something. Step back. All right?
Recupérate, relájate.
Recover, relax.
Hay que salir fuerte los 2 rounds, ¿eh?
You got to come out strong these next 2 rounds.
Pásame la otra.
You got this shit. Use your jab, you know?
Hay que ganar los últimos 2 rounds, ¿eh? Bien claro, con
Let's win these
velocidad.
next 2 rounds with speed.
Velocidad.
Speed.
multi-talented, multi-linguist Abner Mares doing it all here. The PBC prelims on Prime as we get to round 7, scheduled for 8. And when we talked to Medina, he told us that he wanted to put Lopez back on his feet, that he can't really handle pressure that well, that he wanted to make life miserable, and he's had moments. The last 2 rounds have been moments, and he did have a much better round statistically, but overall, and I know every round is scored individually, Lopez is ahead.
Without a doubt. You know, look, I mean, I bet at this point Medina's corner wishes this was a 10-round fight, not an 8-round fight. Because Medina is coming on right now, just like this. And he's giving Lopez trouble. He's making it very difficult for Lopez to get off the punches he wants to get off.
Yeah, and this is going to come with the experience for Lopez. He has moments where he takes 1-2 step back, and then he's got the opening for an open shot, but he doesn't take it. So again, you know, that's going to come with the experience for Lopez. He's not starting strong like the corner told him, so winning too much in this round.
Medina's 5-1 with 1 knockout in scheduled 8-round fights, again coming off the loss in his last fight. And you look at the total punches landed round per round. Yes, at the last round, it was very close, very even.
And that's why I gave Medina that last round.
Ricky Medina Jr., El Castigo, the punishment, well, he wants to work on punishing Lopez on the inside, but that jab, that long stick of Lopez could behoove him throughout the night. Beautiful snapping left hand by Lopez. Great vision, great presence, great lateral movement.
Yeah, really good accuracy.
Good IQ.
Yeah, really good IQ from Lopez. The 1-2, you don't need much. The fundamentals, 1-2, step back, get out of the danger zone, get out of the ropes.
Yeah, Lopez pulled a nice little delayed feint and then dropped that left hand twice on Medina. It worked both times. Yeah, he's fighting a smart fight. Look, he's got 2 more rounds. He's got a cut. Doesn't need to get any bigger. Finish this fight, whether you get a knockout or a decision, and go on from there, because this is a great learning curve for Lopez in this fight.
Final minute of the 7th round, and you talk about a learning curve. He gets to sit under the learning tree of the likes of Canelo. He frequently watches fellow Southpaw Jerome Boots, and is one of the best fighters in the sport. So at 21, undefeated, still very much in the learning stages of a promising career. And here Medina looking to promise some punishment to the body, but Hoyle again warns Lopez for pushing his head down.
Yeah, that's Lopez pushing Medina's head down. Smart move there, because that stops him from coming, obviously. But again, you know, Lopez doing all the right things, and Medina also making this fight really tough for him.
And another
learning
close
a lot.
round.
Yeah, another close round.
12 of 36 for Lopez, 10 of 33 for Medina. They both have landed 7 body shots.
But Lopez has landed the harder shots.
It's about effective punching off another left hand. 3 of them at the end of the round.
And Medina's lucky that happened with the last 2 seconds of the round. That was a devastating left hand.
You all right? Yeah. You cannot stay on the fucking ropes. You got to make him go back. You understand me?
One more round, baby. One more round.
Deep breath for me. Deep breath for me.
That was a headbutt, right? One more fucking round. One more fucking round, okay?
All right, here we go. Here's Medina backed into the corner. And boom. Right hand low, left hand high. He had him looking the other way, and now he's really hurt. If there was 10, 15 more seconds in this round, Medina would have been gone.
Yeah, did he get lucky?
Boy, wow. You can tell by his eyes right there. He's still
forget the eyes. How he was walking, he was out of balance. Yeah,
that definitely hurt. Check, please.
Yeah. Check, please, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, he got a gut check for sure at the end of the round. And this is it. 8th and final round as Gio La Roca, the Rock Lopez at 21, looking to improve to 17-0, while Ricky Medina, the 23-year-old, looking to get back on track after his 2nd loss.
Does Lopez try to go for the knockout here in the last fight?
He should.
Exactly.
PBC Prelims on Prime. It's a Canelo pay-per-view.
He got all the experience he needed in this fight. Now get the knockout at the very end. You like the knockout.
He's never scored a knockout beyond this round, and here it is, the 8th and final round. Good defense there. Nice pivot. Good turn by Lopez.
That'll be cherry on the cake for Lopez. He boxed really good. He did a fantastic job. Medina obviously gave him a good hard fight, but ending it with the knockout.
He's almost doubled him up in total connects throughout the fight, has Lopez.
Yeah. Stop. Got you.
Well, on my notes here, I had 2 words to describe Medina: tough and brave. And he's really showing that right now.
Is "and" a word? That's 3 words. First minute of the 8th. We're busting those cojones early. A minute gone here in the 8th and final round. There's that sharp jab, and you wonder what the corner instructed him to do in this final round.
And Joe, you as a coach, I mean, you might be a little bit frustrated there with Lopez, because you know that he can go out there and finish this guy, but he's taking his time. He's waiting too long for my liking.
Nice uppercut.
There it is.
Lopez known for that uppercut. One of the rare occasions we have seen seen tonight. He loves that left uppercut on the inside.
Now,
You gotta let those hands go.
If Medina was a knockout puncher, you might say box, you know, this round, just get out of the fight. But he isn't. He's got a 50% knockout ratio, basically. I would go for it.
He could risk it.
Coming into this fight, Lopez's biggest win, a 10-round unanimous decision over former world title challenger Eduardo Baez. Back in June of last year, he dropped Baez in round 9, won a clear 10-round decision, so he continues to grow as a fighter, overcoming the first cut of his career here midway through this fight. And with a minute now left, Gio Lopez, will he search for his 13th knockout, or will he be content to cruise to another victory, another step, as he grows as a professional prize fighter?
The corner's done a great... Oh!
Down goes Medina for the second time in his career.
He's having a hard time getting up.
Come to me, come to me. You want to continue? You good? Show me something. Show me something.
Lopez looking to close the show in style. It's all been thanks to that left hand. Medina trying to show that double toughness, trying to survive to the final round.
20 seconds.
Or final bell. Lopez sitting down on the punches. Has Medina on the ropes. Is Medina's corner instructing him to tie Lopez up. So Lopez goes 8 full rounds, overcomes a cut, knocks Medina down in the 8th, and we'll take this fight going away.
Wow, that was a great fight, number one. Lopez learned a lot, and Medina really hung in there tough. You got to give him credit.
No doubt.
And the 3 words are right.
La Roca rocked Medina in that 8th round.
Tough and brave.
Let's look at the replays here from Lopez. Beautiful left, and there's the, oh, again, he set it up. He set it up with the right hook, and there, the left hand came straight into the chin of Medina. Down he went.
And you saw he actually pulled Medina's left hand down with that right hook. That was a smart move. And then dropped the left hand in.
We got to give it to Medina, too. He got up, and he finished this fight.
They did a great job stopping the blood in the corner on that cut on Lopez's eye. That's a nasty little cut. That's going to take a few stitches.
Yeah, Medina has been defeated twice, never stopped. Lost again, as we mentioned, to Raymond Ford back in June of 2022 via 10-round unanimous decision. Ford was also a lefty, remember, and now he faces, well, his 3rd lefty. Beat Juan Antonio Lopez in May of 23, 2 fights ago, but Medina in tough against the 21-year-old Gio Lopez. Incurred that cut around the right eye, but it appears to be a cut above when it comes to this fight tonight. Let's get the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges are in agreement, 80-71 for your winner by unanimous decision, and still undefeated, Gio La Roca Lopez.
So, on the first fight of the night here on the PBC Prelims on Prime, Gio Lopez, who's trained by Eddie Reynoso, who also trains Canelo, who of course will defend his lineal super middleweight title in the main event. But Lopez improves to 17-0. The 21-year-old, a 130-pound prospect to keep your eyes on.
Yeah.
And it was the southpaw Lopez knocking the mouthpiece out of Medina's mouth, utilizing combinations, level changes, downstairs, upstairs, has a real meaty and heavy left hand, and was able in the 8th and final round to drop Medina. He ends up dropping Medina to his 3rd straight defeat. But Gio Lopez is rocking and rolling at 17-0. Let's go back to BC.
Good-looking prospect. You know, Sin City is where fortunes are won and lost in an instant. Canelo Álvarez, super middleweight champion of the world, Edgar Berlanga. Well, he's put his chips all in as he tries to become a champ for the first time. Hey, don't forget, got an action-packed 4-fight pay-per-view coming to your way here on the PBC on Prime Video. Listen, It is easy. All you've got to do is purchase the pay-per-view and make sure that you check out all of those fights. Again, PBC on pay-per-view here on Prime. All right, coming up here, of course, in the main event, you're going to see Canelo Álvarez and Edgar Berlanga. And those of us who have been covering Canelo for more than a decade know that it wasn't that very long ago that he only felt comfortable speaking Spanish. Well, lately, Canelo's been very comfortable speaking English, even though it is not his first language.
The people understand me, what I want to say in English, but it was really hard for me to express myself in English. So right now, I was a moment there, and what I say, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
You have so many problems. You will see. You're gonna feel so much pain.
You're gonna feel pain.
What keeps you motivated?
These kind of motherfuckers. I don't know that much English, but that kind of words I fucking enjoy so much.
Gonna knock you the fuck out.
I wanna see that. I wanna see that.
I watch shows and movies in English, and I speak a lot of English with my friends in San Diego, so I play golf, cards, and everything.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
No.
I don't wanna fuck you up right now because your money is gone.
Independence Day weekend, Canelo Promotions.
You think I'm scared of you?
Guys, bro.
You need 20 like you.
Nah.
Te voy a dar la putiza de tu vida. La putiza de tu vida.
Sí, yo sé.
Bam, 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 bam.
Esto va a mal el bicho.
Tell you what, Canelo's cursing in English is really good. Roman Villa, you remember him? He, of course, took on Jerome Boots Ennis about a year ago, taking on Ricardo Salas. He's trying to break through to the elite level with an upset here tonight. Let's go back ringside. Here's Morrow.
All right, BC, thank you very much. These two were supposed to get it on June 15 on the Gervonta Davis-Frank Martin undercard, but it was moved to tonight after Villa came down with food poisoning. He's bigger than Salas, has the longer wingspan, but Salas fighting for the first time in the United States. He's unbeaten in his last 5 fights, including 2 drops. He hopes to send Villa to his second consecutive defeat in what would be an upset, and there is Villa again, 31 years of age, 26-2, with 24 knockouts, but coming off his first loss, a knockout loss to Jerome Boots Ennis. And for Ricardo Salas, 19-2-2 with 14 knockouts. Again, wants to continue his winning streak. Let's go to Miguel Flores for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue the action here from T-Mobile Arena. It is brought to you by Canelo Promotions, TGB Promotions, in association with Samson Boxing. Our 3 judges ringside are Max DeLuca, Chris McGlory, and Fernando Villarreal. The referee in charge of the action is Mike Ortega. And now Premier Boxing Champions presents 8 rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing first in the red corner, wearing the black with red trim, he weighed in at 146 pounds. With 19 victories, 14 by knockout, opposite of 2 defeats and 2 draws. Representing Mexico City, Mexico, here is Ricardo El Mágico Salas. And now introducing his opponent across the ring in the blue corner. He weighed in at 146 1/4 pounds. Wearing the black trunks with a record of 26 victories, 24 coming by way of knockout and just 2 defeats. Representing Barranquitas, Venezuela, he is a knockout artist, Royman Flaco de Oro Villa.
On a clean fight, pelea buena, limpia. Good luck to both of you. Buena suerte a los dos. Touch them up.
Referee Mike Ortega set to oversee this 10 round scheduled attraction at welterweight, a division in flux now that Terrence Crawford has moved on to 154 pounds. Roy Villa coming off the knockout loss to a man who wants to be the complete king at 147, Jerron Boots Ennis. But Villa and Salas, you guys, both come forward, pressure fighters who love to chuck leather. Mexican Independence Day weekend, we got Ricardo Salas of Mexico wanting to deliver and wanting to make his compatriots proud, while Roy Villa, he is a virtuoso of Venezuelan fistic violence.
Yeah, both excited at the fighter meeting because they said, hey, we're going to be right in front of each other. We're going to go all out. We're going to let our punches go. I mean, this is going to be an exciting fight, and it's starting that way. We got Salas pushing, Villa pushing Salas back.
Ooh! Sitting down on their punches here in the opening minute of the opening round, Joe.
Both of them landed right hands. Salas has looked like it wobbled Villa just a bit. Did you see that? Yeah. They're both very dangerous punches.
Salas winding up with the right hand. Salas has been down 4 times, most recently, twice in round 2 against Ruben Aguilar back in March of 2023. He rallied, ending up dropping Aguilar round 5, salvaging a majority draw. Of course, Villa's been down once, that against Jerron Boots Ennis in his first KO loss. And so already we can see that Villa, that loss has not affected him. He's come out just the way we always see him, ready to bite down and go to town.
Yeah, he was frustrated in that fight against Jerron Boots Ennis, obviously for the reasons that he boxed a lot. He couldn't hit him, he couldn't find him. But guess what? Salas is there to get hit, and he's liking this fight right now. But yeah,
I would just say one thing on that. I thought Villa landed more punches on Jerron Ennis than anybody else has ever done, to tell you the truth. And that's saying something. So he's a slick counter puncher, Villa.
Nice lead, smart. Lead left hook by Villa, misses with the left uppercut. It missed earlier with the right uppercut. Now it's Salas sitting down. A lot of those punches off the guard of Villa.
That's right. Villa blocked that little combo from Salas. But Salas is a dangerous guy.
He's got 14 knockouts out of his 19 wins. Villa has 24 KOs out of his 26. Again, this one not expected to go the 10-round distance.
You can see why Salas takes a big shot, staying on the ropes.
Salas is cornered. Villa digs in with the right uppercut. Beautiful left uppercut. But Salas fighting back valiantly.
That's right. Villa, that's one of his go-to combos, is the right to left uppercut. He's really good with it, and he threads the needle right in between your hands. So if you aren't closed up on the inside, he will land those 2 punches.
And have you noticed there's no jab coming from either fighter? Oh, there it is from Villa. But it's mainly overhand right, overhand left. Just wild shots.
Highly competitive opening round. Both of them 13 for 50. Both of them even in body punches. Both of them going to round 2. And here on the prelims on Prime, we've got a prime-time player. One of the best fighters in the world, was a unified 122-pound champion. Stephen Fulton Jr. traveled to Japan last year and faced one of the best in the entire world. Naoya Inoue ended up handing Fulton his first loss. Fulton, moving up to a new weight class, wants to make a statement against the upset-minded Carlos Castro. We will see the return of Cool Boy Steph against Carlos Castro. It is scheduled for 10 rounds, and it's in the featherweight division as Castro, it looks to improve to 31-2. He's got more experience, but it is Stephen Fulton. There are levels to this thing, and Fulton is final boss level.
No,
there's only one boss who can beat him, and that's, again, a guy who may never be beaten.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the first time Stephen Fulton ever looked ordinary.
And he, again, not to make any excuses, felt the weight cut may have made an impact. So moving up to 126, Salas staggered by Villa, but stands on his feet and then gets launched to the ropes. So Villa coming close to putting Salas down, but Salas staying up right for the time being as they exchange heavy leather.
Villa's got to be careful.
Hey, Carlos Castillo.
Wow.
Different level, but still great great excitement here in round 2.
And again, Villa's got to be very careful. Salas has got a very heavy punch, and he takes a great punch. So this could go back and forth a lot in this fight.
I think it's Salas who needs to be careful there, Joe. Villa's the one pushing Salas back. He has him on the ropes, and yeah, there was a moment there where he hit Villa, but my God, they were just getting warmed up.
Well, I guess more to my point, he's got to be careful with a guy like Salas and just not throw caution to the wind.
Nice jab to the body by Villa, who again has many similarities to a guy like Marcos Maidana, the fighting style, the tattoos, and that jab to the body. Remember, Maidana set up Adrian Broder with the jab to the body, left hooks upstairs, sent him down. Floyd Mayweather was also pretty good at that.
He's got a great memory, and that's exactly what happened. Thanks for reminding me.
Part of the job, as you wonder what kind of memories these two are going to have of this fight. Again, these two are as close as conjoined twins in terms of the CompuBox stats. It's been the fistic firefight we anticipated. Not much defense, but boys, they are throwing with reckless abandon.
Yeah, I think the tighter defense is probably coming from Villa right now.
Yes.
Salas backing out. He thought he got hit with a low blow on the jab there, and he lined out.
And Salas has been doing a good job of rolling those punches as well. When Villa lands tries to land the overhand right, he rolls with it.
Yeah, look, right on my notes right there. He keeps his hands up. Salas does. Got a good defense.
Blocked that left hook now at mid-range. Some feinting. Salas leads with the right, misses. Villa looking to keep him at the end of the jab. Salas comes inside, just misses the right hook. Did Villa. Just over 30 seconds now left in the second. Salas on the ropes. Nice level changes by Villa with the jab. Now pot shots, and now Salas showing off some defense. I mean, you can only throw so many punches and punches before you got to take a bit of a break, and now they're missing.
Exactly. It's the first time they've slowed down in 2 rounds.
Yeah, both missing a lot.
Nice little hook by Villa.
And here we're going to see how Villa landed some good shots. There's a left hook. Landed Villa and got him off balance. And here comes Salas with his own punches. And Salas caught him, but he was the one that off balance. Almost fell.
Se lo metes. No malo único que no estamos trabajando, Rama, es el gancho al hígado. Cuando lo tengas enfrente, ¡pum! Tienes un ganchote.
When you have him in front of you, give him the shot, the body shot.
Hay que trabajarlo largo, pica y sales, no te quedes con él. Para que él te vaya a tirar después y tú lo contragolpees. ¿Sí me entiendes?
You be first.
¿Sabes que no estamos tan bien? La derecha recto.
The straight right hand. Let's keep working.
Bien vivo, bien cerradito.
Alert.
Agarre bien allá, cabrón.
Villa's trainer, Rene Ordorica. Salas' chief second is Isaac Cruz Sr. Yes, the father of the former 140-pound title holder Isaac Cruz, who lost his title in his first defense against Jose Valenzuela after he knocked out Rolly Romero. And we will see return of Rolly Romero, who he is the clown prince of combat sports. But boy, his recent performance is no laughing matter. He's going to try to get back on track to kick off the pay-per-view portion against the upset-minded Manuel Jaimes. But here, guys, in round 3, they're back and going on the attack, both Villa and Salas.
Salas is bringing it, though, in this round. I like the body work. He started out really good.
He's bringing staggered Villa. Villa forced to back up, and Villa said no, that Salas is tailor-made for me. He's going to be right there for me. Well, Salas is right there for him in a violent way, Joe.
Yeah, Salas let Villa shoot out some steam in the first part of this round, and then exploded just a few seconds ago and landed some great shots.
And the uppercuts are starting to matter for Villa on the inside. Misses with the right uppercut, launches a left hook, curled around the guard of Salas. Nice double left by Salas, a left hook, left uppercut.
Well set up for the uppercuts. Body shot, uppercut, there it is. He tried to look for it again. Did it not land for Salas, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from him.
4 words, not 3 or 2, Joe. Are you not entertained?
Yeah, look, this is going back and forth right now. Salas had the momentum, now it's turned around. Villa's got got the momentum. Salas back into the corner.
Good punch placement by Villa, going to the body with the left hook. Salas comes back. Two veterans who want to entertain on this Mexican Independence Day weekend.
And are they ever? My God, they're taking turns. It's like, all right, your turn to get on the ropes, and then after I'm done, I'll turn around and it'll be my turn.
Salas wants to make sure this isn't his only fight in the States as Villa's down, but...
It was a right-hand counter from Salas off the ropes. And he's got Villa hurt and out. I don't think he's going to get up. He's not. Salas is going to win this by knockout.
Ricardo Salas has stunned Roymond Villa.
Wow.
The Magic Man making magic in his United States debut. No better place to do it than in the fight capital of the world, Las Vegas. Ricardo Salas secures his 15th knockout win, handing Villa his second consecutive KO defeat. Mamma mia! The Magic Man putting on a show in Sin City.
It's the punches you don't see that hurt the most. Joe Morrow, no one saw the punch. I didn't see it.
I did. It's a short right hand counter right off the ropes.
It was so fast.
You'll see it. Unless I'm terribly mistaken, it was a short right hand from Salas right off the ropes as a counter punch.
You know who didn't see it? Villa didn't see it.
Villa didn't see it for sure. There it was.
Ooh, straight right hand.
Yeah. There it is. Yeah, that landed right on the button, and it was a lot of power. And see, he dropped the knuckles in too. That was right on the button. Look, watch that right hand. See him turn it over?
Really, really short, straight right hand, right in the chin.
Well, you get hit.
Just got him out. I mean, Villa didn't even try to get up.
No.
He was that hurt.
And we knew, like we said, Salas is a power puncher for sure. And look, I mean, Cruz did a great job with him. Isaac Cruz Sr. did a great job with him, had him in great shape.
Ricardo Salas, born in Mexico, spent some time in Canada. Shout out to my friends at Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. Can't wait to return to my pro wrestling roots next month. But just like my fellow Canadian the weekend, these two warriors were dancing in the flames, delivering fistic fury. The final word belongs to Ricardo Salas, delivering a scintillating knockout win. And boy, did he just change his career fortunes in his U.S. debut. We are going to make it official with Miguel Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 2 minutes and 6 seconds of round number 3 as referee Mike Ortega calls a stop to this contest. Free winner by knockout, Ricardo El Mexico Salas.
So here in Las Vegas, we've got a stunning result with Ricardo Salas again in his U.S. debut, taking it to Roymond Villa, and it was that counter right hand that proved to be a very damaging punch for Roymond Villa, who again had his moments throughout the fight. Two come forward pressure fighters, but Villa goes down for the second consecutive fight, the second time in his career, and it's Ricardo Salas with the knockout win, the PBC Prelims on Prime. Here once again, Brian Custer.
Congratulations to Salas. He told us, he said, keep for me, be on the inside, and I'm excited that Villa will go toe-to-toe with me. And he got the win. Don't forget, we got an action-packed 4-fight pay-per-view coming your way. Of course, the headliner, Canelo versus Edgar Berlanga. You can buy it at Amazon.com/PBC, or you can get it through the Prime Video app, regardless if you have a Prime membership. Here's a look at why you should join us tonight on pay-per-view.
Mexican Independence Day weekend in the entertainment capital of the world. And what could fit the occasion better than one of the sports world's biggest stars? Hailing from Guadalajara, Mexico, Saul Canelo Álvarez.
I see every single thing in boxing already, so it's nothing new for me.
Not only is the city packed with fans for boxing's biggest superstar, but also for the young, flashy, never short for words New Yorican Edgar the Chosen One Berlanga.
You from a different club. You from a different DNA. When they get in that square circle, they gotta fight that Berlanga, and boy, he hits hard.
On September 14th, Edgar Berlanga steps into the ring with one goal.
And I got the opportunity now to become the face of Puerto Rico and become the face of boxing.
To dethrone one of boxing's kings.
Here it is. Kovalev's hurt. Kovalev's down. Kovalev's out. It's over.
It's gonna be hard for him Saturday night.
I want you to take a look at the 4-fight card here on the PBC on Prime pay-per-view. Look, we'll begin the night with the former super lightweight champion Rolly Romero taking on Manuel Jaimes. That is a 10-round scrap. And then you'll see Caleb Plant, former super middleweight champ. Listen, he fought Canelo Álvarez for the undisputed title just 3 years ago. Well, tonight, he continues his journey to reclaim his status as a champion. He takes on Trevor McCumbee, who's unbeaten for the WBA interim title. Now listen, the co-main, oh boy, that's a good one. Danny Swift Garcia, he's back. 2 years he's been away from the ring. He's moving up in weight to 160, and he's taking on the ageless one in Erislandy Lara, the 41-year-old WBA middleweight champ. That will be great. And in the main event, of course, you've got the man, the unified super middleweight champ Canelo Álvarez taking on the unbeaten power-punching Edgar Berlanga. All right, it is time now for our main event here on Prime. You got Philly's former unified champ Stephen Fulton. He's back in the saddle, now fighting at featherweight, and he's taking on Carlos Castro, who's been riding a 3-fight win streak. So let's go back ringside. Here's my main man, Moro.
And 10 rounds at 126 pounds, former unified champions. Cool boy Stephen Fulton wanted to move up to 130, but said he's making a stop at 126 to win another title, become a 2-division champion. He's got a half-inch advantage over Carlos Castro in terms of a wingspan. They're about the same height, the same age, but Fulton has a lot more big fight experience. In fact, for Castro fighting for the 4th time in Vegas, yes, he's on a 3-fight winning streak. Most recently took a 10-round unanimous decision in April, but he's never faced anyone like Cool Boy Steph. Let's get the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada, as we are now set for our headlining bout on the PBC Prime Video Prelims. It is brought to you by Canelo Promotions and TGB Promotions. Sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. VMC Tequila Cocktails, El Origen Ante Todo. The Joker, Foley Ado in theaters October 4th. El Mexicano brand products, bringing authentic sabor to your table. Somos El Mexicano. And O'Reilly Auto Parts, professional parts people. Our 3 judges ringside are Lisa Giampa, David Sutherland, and Don Trella. The referee in charge of the action is Alan Huggins. And now Premier Boxing Champions present 10 rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing first in the red corner, wearing the black trunks with gray trim. He weighed in at 125.5 pounds with a record of 30 victories, 14 by knockout, opposite of 2 defeats. Proudly representing Phoenix, Arizona, here is a battle-tested veteran, Carlos Castro. And now introducing his opponent across the ring in the blue corner. He is wearing the gray with white trim. He weighed in at an even 126 pounds. With the record of 21 victories, including 8 wins by knockout and just 1 defeat. Representing Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, he is the former unified super bantamweight world champion, Stephen "Scooter" Fulton.
Okay, gentlemen, you've both been given your instructions. Obey my command at all times, protect yourself at all times. Anything from here on up is good, from here on up is good. Touch gloves, good luck to both of you. Sight us out.
Referee Alan Huggins. Stephen Fulton being trained for the first time by the father of undefeated welterweight champion Jerron Ennis. That's Bozy Ennis. Carlos Castro trained by Roberto Alcazar. 10 rounds or less at 126 pounds. So Fulton moving up 4 pounds, coming off the longest layoff of his career, coming off his first loss, coming off his first knockout loss. So we'll have to see how the long layoff and the new weight class suits cool boy Steph. Stephen Fulton already putting the pressure on Castro.
And that's exactly what Fulton said. He said he was going to keep Castro busy. He was going to be first. He was getting on him. And that's what he's doing right now in this first round.
There's a jab from Castro, who is looking to win the first time against a current or former champ. He's 0-2. He's lost to Luis Neri and their common opponent, Brandon Figueroa. Fulton and Figueroa delivered an action-packed affair, and for Castro, he was stopped by Figueroa, and Fulton and Figueroa went the distance. Figueroa had the better stats, but it seemed for many of us, Fulton had the more eye-catching shots. Effective punching leads to the #1 criteria. That's why Fulton got the win.
Yeah, there were differing opinions on that fight, and it was an action-packed fight, that's for sure. We'll leave it at that. But Carlos Castro right now looks in great shape. And, you know, if he takes a page out of Inoue's book, he'll be patient, use that jab, and see if he can catch him from the outside eventually.
Especially right there when Fulton lunges in.
Yeah.
He lost his balance there. Castro almost made him pay, but not in time.
Castro said that his right hand to the body would be a big part of his attack. He thinks the overhand right, or he thinks everyone thinks the overhand right, but it's the under-over. He wants to try to take away the lead early. He has to step forward and make Fulton step back. And the only punch he'll have stepping back is that right hand, which they are going to then try and counter. It's, again, the game plan, it's about executing the game plan.
And game plans change from round to round sometimes. What Castro's doing really well right now is he's making it difficult for Fulton to get through that jab.
Thanks to the jab, yep.
Yes, when Fulton tries to get in, move. There's the jab in my face. Making it really difficult for Fulton right now, Castro.
And sometimes when you get desperate a little bit, you make desperate moves and put yourself in jeopardy. And that's probably what Castro's looking for right now.
Half a minute remaining here in the opening round. The jab of Carlos Castro, one of the headlines.
Yeah, it's time to use some feints from Fulton.
Fulton is off to a methodical, tactical start again.
That was a nice counter hook by Fulton
He's
right
a
there.
timing fighter, needs to stay active, and he hasn't fought for well over a year.
Hands to the front to get out. Let it go, let it go. Break. Stop, 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 stop. Listen to me, okay? Listen to me. Box time.
The bell, the end of round one, and cool boy Stephen Fulton, of course, became a unified champion in an action-packed affair against the equally, well, the high volume, the CompuBox nightmare, the man who gives CompuBox people carpal tunnel syndrome. Brandon Figueroa. It was Fulton winning the unified title by majority decision, but last July he got knocked out for the first time by the man who's the best of the best. They call him the monster for a reason. It's due to power, just like that. Naoya Inoue taking the titles from Stephen Fulton and moving Fulton up to 126 pounds. It was a nightmare night at the office in Japan for cool boy Steph. And so we have to now wait and see how he will respond to tasting the defeat for the first time. Abner, you have to put it behind you and turn the page.
Yeah, you have to. I've been there. I got knocked out in the first round. You got to get over it. This is a new fight, new chapter, and you just got to go out there and prove it to the world and to yourself.
And Joe Castro, very diligent with the jab. Oh, but he eats a left hook to the body from Fulton.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, very diligent with the jab in the first round, but Fulton scored the big shot with that left hook and then a follow-up right after that at the end of the round.
A very, again, methodical start, but you can only go from what the stats tell you. And in that first round, Castro 9 of 33, Fulton 7 of 36. Are you at all surprised, Abner?
No, I'm not surprised. Why? I'm not surprised because, again, Fulton, I knew he was going to try to start fast, but again, Castro's making it difficult for him because Castro's such a great fighter from the outside.
Joe, if you were more active than waiting over a year to fight again, and I know there are various reasons, that timing would be there. There's a reason that even trainers like yourself, Stephen Breadman Edwards, fighters need to be active 2-3 times a year. That's just not happening for a lot of guys.
It isn't, for various reasons, too lengthy to explain here. But the bottom line is, the busier you are, the more sharp you're going to be. And there's a
right hand by Fulton, lead right lands.
Fulton is starting to press this fight now. He wants to get rid of that last performance where he didn't counter well. He got hit with big shots. He lost the fight and got stopped. He doesn't want that to happen again.
No, and there's
he looks good
a
here.
reason he's the big favorite, Abner. We talk about it ad nauseum. They're cliche. There's levels. Carlos Castro comes in at 30-2, has more overall experience, but not the big fight experience. And if Fulton wants to erase the demons, here's an opportunity. Easier said than done, but you want to bounce back in style. You want to make a statement, especially in a new weight class.
Yeah, you got to find that rhythm, that pace, that timing from Fulton. He's kind of there in this round. That overhand right was right timing, so I want to see that from Fulton.
And boy, from the what have you done for me lately, Joe, you're a Hall of Fame trainer, but man, a fighter loses a fight, immediately changes trainers a lot of the time. That's not always fair, is it?
Don't get me going on that. Listen,
there's a right hand by Boke, but what can Bozianis do for Stephen Fulton?
Well, right now, I like the improvement from Fulton right here. He's countering when he should be. He wasn't countering in that fight against Inoue, and he's taken the initiative here. He's not being so patient and so timid here. He's being aggressive. I like what he's doing. Now, Castro on the inside, he's a rough character. He's throwing some he's throwing some little shots.
Castro is going punch for punch and, very competitive here against Stephen Fulton Jr. Castro looking to improve to 4 consecutive wins at 126 or higher. He's competed at 118, 126, and 130, but more than half of his fights have been right here in the featherweight division, acquitting himself well thus far against a former unified champion at 122.
And put them joints together, man. How you feel?
I feel good.
All right. You get loose now. Yeah, you get. Yo, keep going to that body, man.
I'm warming up.
Keep going to that body. Yeah, keep going. Take some more. Take a deep breath there.
He only throwing one jab at
Yo, he throwing one. All he doing is jabbing, Scoop. Keep jabbing, backing him up. If you ain't going to move your head, right? If you ain't going to catch.
I blow up my mouth.
Yeah, but if you ain't going to catch, move your head when you're moving in and start whipping the body and go to the head, man. But double and triple your jab to get in close. That crackdown was there, but you went over. Bring it down. Bring it down on it.
I'm getting back.
That was good. You're going to lose jab, that's all.
One jab, catch his jab.
Yeah, catch it and come back. That's it. That's it.
Little catch and shoot.
Good shit.
Advice from Bozianis. What do you think, Joe? Well,
he said if you're not catching and shooting, start moving your head a little bit more. He wants a head movement. He doesn't want to be sitting target.
He wants him to go to the body as well.
He does want him to go to the body. He's very effective when he does. Let's see if he takes the corner's advice.
Round number 3 scheduled for 10 at 126-pound. Fulton's featherweight debut. After being a unified champion at 122 pounds, Castro remains right in front of him. Castro continues to push out that piston-like jab on Fulton.
He doesn't. Fulton's thrown like 3 or 4 hooks right here at the very beginning of the round, and he's landing that and then going back to the body like that.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, Castro ended that last round really good, really strong, getting off first, and here he is again, pushing Fulton back. That's what he needs to do, Castro.
Castro said he would be the most entertaining fighter all night. Wants to steal the show, and man, you add a guy with the credentials of Stephen Fulton Jr. to your list, that will move your career in the right direction quickly.
He's got him on the back foot already.
And listen, that was his game plan. Wanting to put Fulton on the back foot, wanting to mark his face up, blood around the nose. The jab is highly effective for Castro thus far.
It is, and plus they bumped heads a little bit too on the inside, like right there, and that's going to happen. But I got to tell you, I think Fulton can fight off the back foot or front foot, to tell you the truth, because he can sit back on the back foot and catch you with a counter hook. He's looking to do that. You can see he wants to step back like that, right there, and he's looking for the hook on the right hand.
You can see he's loosening up, finding the rhythm, Abner. Fulton starting to open up a little bit more.
He is, and even the corner said, hey, it's just a matter of time. Your rhythm's going to get there, your timing.
The rhythm's going to get you.
Yeah, but Castro's making it hard for him. Again, you know, putting him on his back foot. I know he can he fight good from the back foot as well, but again, that's not the fight for Fulton.
On the inside, referee allowing them to fight out and finally breaks them up.
Well, I'll tell you, Fulton on the inside here, there's a lot of headbutts going on. This is a
right by Castro.
Yeah.
Left hook from Fulton.
That's right, off the back foot.
Another left hook to the body, and there's that chopping right hand that he brought down to the head instead of going over top like Bozianis noted previously. Finding the target with the right. Ooh, nice left hook to the body. More body work from Fulton. But Castro remains right in front of him, working the jab, but also getting hit by Fulton.
But Castro's working his right hand. He's got a hand free. He's chopping the body, chopping the head. Those are nagging punches, and they bother you, and they can catch up with you.
I mean, through 3 rounds here with 30 seconds left in the 3rd frame, statistically, they are very close. Fulton looking with that catapult right hand, trying to knock Castro back.
Look what Castro's doing now. He's bouncing.
Yes.
He's on his feet, and you want to do that because
that's rhythm.
Yeah, that's rhythm, exactly. You want to get Fulton off his rhythm.
And he's landing the jab constantly.
Yeah. That's good for Castro.
So a great start for Castro, landing the combination through 3 rounds. He is right there with a former unified champion.
You get loose now. You get loose now. You get loose. See what I'm saying about backing him up? No lo dejes hacer, ¿ok?
Don't let him be.
Tú hazlo, síguelo.
You do you. Just like you did at the end.
Conviene de las dos manos nomás.
Both hands
La
up.
llave es el jab, le estás quitando todo al güey con el jab, ¿ok?
The key is the jab. Everything's the jab. You see it.
Nomás acompáñale.
Just follow it up.
No lo dejes adentro. Empuja a este güey, no dejes que te abrace.
Don't let him get in the inside. Don't let him grab on you. Push him out.
Ponle la derecha.
Throw the right hand.
Ahí bajita, para que él solo se ensarte.
Low. He's going to walk into it.
Alcanzarlo con ella hasta afuera, para que no te metas.
Don't overreach.
Cuando se la tires.
All right, here's probably maybe the middle of the round there. There's Fulton with the jab. And then 2 body shots, and here comes Castro. Now, those were pretty much blocked. The left hand slipped in sort of, but not a devastating punch.
No. Round number 4, and the headline coming into this fight, most pundits expected the technical prowess of Fulton, the raw energy exuberance of a Carlos Castro, and Castro a forward pressing style similar to other fighters that Fulton has faced. And for Fulton, again, many think he should use his range and footwork rather than fighting in the pocket in order to come back from his first loss.
Yeah, but Fulton is smart on the inside. He'll lay on the one shoulder and dig his left hand there to the body 2-3 times, and Castro will chop back. So it's a little gamesmanship on the inside.
Yeah.
But I think Fulton's landing the better hooks and the body shots.
And that's why you have him ahead 3 rounds to 0.
I do.
Awesome.
I do.
Yeah, that was a close round at the end, last round.
Now the jab continues to be bunny, but I know you got to follow it up. And for Castro, the jab has been you know, the right hand is going to sue him for abandonment issues.
And that's what the corner told him. Nice jab, low jab, but you want to finish it with the right hand, short right hand. Still haven't seen it from Castro.
And now Fulton probably trying to time the jab to try to get in and come over with the right hand counter.
You see him holding his ground with his hands up here. He's looking for a counter.
Yep. Looking to time that jab from Castro. Minute and a half left in the 4th.
And you saw Fulton working on the inside when he just bum rushed Castro, and Castro was the one who put the grip on him.
Nice right uppercut left hook combo by Castro, although Fulton caught it. Cuffing right hand by Fulton. There's a lead left hook, short left hook that landed for Fulton upstairs, showcasing his hand speed and his precision.
Yeah, Fulton definitely doing damage in the inside.
Lead left hook from the hip. And up. Hook. A shovel hook, as it were, Abner Mate. Under a minute left in the 4th.
Yeah, Fulton's starting to get to Castro right now.
Yeah.
He's feeling very confident. I don't know if he may feel Fulton may feel that his power really isn't enough.
Well,
to
especially
make
if
him.
it's only the jab.
Right, exactly.
So he's figuring it out, the head movement.
Yeah.
The defense is on display from Fulton, parrying. He's starting to warm up, starting to find the confidence, trying to be that cool boy step that made him a champion, Abner.
Yeah, the slipping, there it is, the body shot. I think his best work is in the inside. That's where Fulton needs to stay. He's doing a fantastic job. There it is, body shot.
So much for the strategies that people thought he returned with. You're finding him very successful there. It's warm there for a belt shot.
Very successful on the inside.
Still to come tonight, Mexican Independence Day weekend. That means an appearance by King Canelo. Mexico's first ever undisputed champion defends the lineal super middleweight title in the house that he built, T-Mobile Arena, against the upset-minded Edgar Berlanga. Brooklyn-born New Yorican, the pride of Puerto Rico, the Mexican dynamo, Canelo Berlanga, for the super middleweight title. Main event here in Las Vegas as we are nearing, I wanted to say, well, on the East Coast, maybe we're nearing the golden hour. Here on the West Coast, hey, it's only 4:20. Oh, well, wait a minute. I'll be right back, guys. It's 4:20. I'll be right back. Just give me a minute. Well, higher than we have been is the punch totals in this fight, especially for Castro. He's thrown 231 punches, landed 61. Fulton's thrown 169, landed 51. So they're close, but we're seeing Fulton begin to show the levels, beginning to show the class.
Yeah, and I'm waiting to see if Castro starts opening up now.
He is, yeah.
I mean, he's got to start opening up more than he is right now.
Hey, they don't call me Morawana for nothing, Abner. Just a reminder there, that 420 reference. 30 seconds left are gone here in the fifth, and Fulton again now wants to establish the jab of his own.
Yeah, they're both trying to find that rhythm. They're both trying to get that groove on.
Lead right hand over the top landed for Fulton.
And a short little uppercut for Castro right there, too. So, you know, they're playing a little
But you would think here now in round 5, the adjustments by Castro. Oh! Right hand by Castro drops Fulton. Mamma mia!
6, 7, 8. Beautiful counter right hand.
Carlos Castro has just sent Stephen Fulton to the canvas for the 3rd time in his career. And the comeback for Fulton turning into a nightmare at the hands of the upset-minded Carlos Castro.
It's still a minute 30 left in this fight. There's a long time in this, this round.
The right hand of Castro, Abner, proven to be the difference.
If he was finding his groove, the corner was telling him the short right hand.
We were begging for the right hand after the second jab. Well, the right hand made a grand entrance here in Las Vegas.
Clever. Yeah, Fulton threw a right hand. Castro, in return, gave a counter right hand and dropped it.
And now,
Beautiful
the
shot.
veteran Fulton hanging on, trying to clean out the cobwebs, looking to his corner. Again, he was dropped twice in his last fight, getting knocked out by Naoya Inoue. And here, against the upset-minded Carlos Castro, fighting for the 5th time in Las Vegas. Castro looking for the biggest win of his career.
I don't know, he's letting Fulton survive. He's waiting too long. Castro has to let those hands go, especially the right hand that did damage.
Castro did say he's trained harder for this fight than any other fight he's ever had. He said he was going to win this fight.
Yeah, he said he was here to entertain, and boy, he has lit up Stephen Fulton here in the 5th, dropping him with the right hand. But like Abner said, giving Fulton an opportunity to recover. Fulton on his back foot. Oh, and setting the trap for that right hand. Fulton using lateral movement, has that high IQ. But the round belongs to Carlos Castro. Wow.
Incredible. Castro countered that last right hand, by the way, from Fulton. The same counter that he used to knock him down.
That's what he's looking for. Straight. You good now. Listen, you good. Get in there, man. Get inside and start ripping them bodies out. He just is tired. He tired, man. You ain't tired.
He only got that round.
All right. Now we got to get that round back. You know what I mean? Start working the body in the head.
We're going to show the knockdown right here. There was the right hand from Fulton. Boom! There's the counter, real quick. I mean, it was a beautiful shot. You know, Fulton was posing right there. Here's the right hand. He just posed right there.
Straight two. We saw it in the last fight in Villa. Straight right hand, short.
Yeah, and here we go. Right at the end of there's that right hand, and he tried the counter again. It was blocked a little bit by Fulton, but look, Fulton, you know, recovered pretty well and got out of that round. Let's see if he can hold up against Castro's attack, because you know Castro's going to come and get him right now.
T-Mobile Arena, round number 6, scheduled for 10. Former unified 122-pound champion Stephen Fulton's featherweight debut against Carlos Castro, the 30-year-old from Mexico, now living in Phoenix, looking for his 4th straight win. Coming off the knockdown in the 5th round, the 3rd time Fulton's been down. Let's see how he rebounds here in the 6th. The jab has set the precedent for Castro, but the 1-2, the right hand, delivered.
And again, I don't know why he doesn't let that right hand go. Again, he started, I think he threw 10 jabs already, Castro, and no right hand.
And you know Castro's known for high output, known for establishing the jab, but he's also known for his marksmanship. And in this fight tonight, he's landed 27% of his punches. Fulton has landed 31%, but when you go to the body, when you look at the power punches, it is still a very close fight overall.
Yeah.
But it's effective punching, and there isn't more effective punching that leads to a knockdown or knockout. We just saw Castro get his head snapped back by Fulton.
Fulton's still in this fight. He's still locked out, yeah.
Castro's had one great round, and that was the last round.
Well, yeah, competitive throughout.
Yeah,
He just ate an overhand right. Castro's got to be careful.
You got to keep in mind, Fulton's only got 8 knockouts. He's not a big puncher.
Known for his punching prowess. Now he wants to establish a jab. Does a good job of picking off the jab of Carlos. Nice right hand there by Fulton. Now Fulton putting together his punches, going to the body and upstairs. Great punch placement. Good diverse attack. Some smart boxing there from Fulton.
That was a beautiful 6-7 punch combination.
Yeah, Fulton's having his way in this round. Beautiful hand right, straight right hands.
Wow, you talk about a big bounce back round for Fulton. Less than a minute remaining, and he is way ahead in the CompuBox totals for this round after getting knocked down in the 5th.
Wow, talk about just being strong mentally.
He comes from a place called The Bottom in Philadelphia. He knows what it's like to overcome adversity throughout his life, and he finds himself now trying to come back from the worst adversity he's ever faced. A knockout loss in his first defeat. Wow, good defense from Fulton as Castro was looking to land that right.
Turned away from that right hand right at the last second. You know, once you finish your last punch, you don't pose. You move your head or move your feet. Get out of the way.
That's what you want to do if you're Castro. Push him back, put him on the back foot, put him on the ropes. But he waits too much, Castro.
And Fulton is a highly effective counter puncher as well.
That was all Fulton.
Still to come tonight, we will kick off the pay-per-view with Las Vegas' own Rolly Romero, the clown prince of combat sports, but lately his career's been no laughing matter. Coming off a knockout loss to Isak Cruz for his 140-pound title. He said it was an off night. He promises to deliver a highlight reel KO. Hey, he's known for his power, but he is very vulnerable in many ways and looking to take advantage of those vulnerabilities. Manuel Jaimes, who is looking to score the upset, 16-1-1 with 11 knockouts. He has come to Las Vegas to knock off Rolly Romero and become a player at 140 pounds. The only reason he took the fight, he's used to fighting 135. He's saying, I get to open up a Canelo pay-per-view, I'll be there.
Yeah, it's worth the move, it's worth the notoriety, and look, it's worth the gamble.
And here we are, round number 7 of this featherweight contest. scheduled for 10 rounds. A good bounce-back round for Fulton after he got dropped in round 5. The right, the 1-2 from Castro, the only knockdown in the fight.
And we have not seen that right hand anymore since. Oh, there it is from Castro.
That was blocked though by Fulton.
Yeah, it was blocked. It was blocked, but he's trying now. He's trying. He threw it. That's what you want from Castro. There it is again.
Again, Castro's been down twice against their common opponent, Brandon Figueroa. Was stopped by Figueroa. Of course, Fulton appointed Figueroa to become a unified champion, but there's a nice left upstairs and then to the body. Now Fulton leaning in, backing up Castro. Referee allowing them to fight. Out, Alan Huggins giving them plenty of opportunity before intervening.
Yeah, putting a little bit more pressure here in this round. Castro letting his hands go a lot more, both, not just the jab.
Yeah, what Castro does, if Fulton ties up one of his hands, you're allowed to use that other free hand, and that's what he does on the inside, and he does it well, Castro. Box.
Left hook, chop, and then a right uppercut on the inside. Fulton leads to the body, but a couple right hands behind the guard of Fulton, and then left uppercut. Castro is scoring with some of these shots.
A little bit of catch and shoot there, Jitamo.
That's right. Castro threw the left uppercut, but he got countered by a left hook immediately after that set.
You know, when it comes to the sport of boxing, careers are built different ways. You suffer a loss, you suffer a knockout, and then you wonder about the return. You know, you look for stay busy fights, rehabilitation fights. Do you get back into the deep end? I mean, Stephen Fulton moving up to 126, and he is finding himself in a fight here against Carlos Castro.
Yeah, putting himself in a dangerous place right now, Fulton, which is the ropes.
Oh, good left hook upstairs by Fulton.
Yeah, even
but didn't even move Castro. Like you talk about the power, that only 8 knockouts for Fulton. And now in a higher weight class, even a heavier weight class. So
he said he was going to be a little bit more powerful just because of that, because it was moving up in weight class. But yet, we have not seen it from Fulton, but he's landing some good shots.
Yeah, is it for Fulton to get rid of Castro? He's going to have to hit him with a succession of punches. Not just one. I don't think that's going to work. He's going to need 3-4 punches to hurt him and get him wobbly. And that's the only way he's going to be able to take him.
Castro's gift to the jab has dictated terms for him, but again, at the combination sequence, when Fulton does get busy and put together the combinations, you see the difference in their level of talent. But Castro is determined, dogged determination, forward pressure, and continues to keep him at bay with the jab.
And starting to throw a lot of right hands towards the end of the round, Castro. And they look good.
Constantly move their head, man. Don't be stationary. When you're inside, right? Each side of the shoulder, man. Each side of the shoulder. You doing good, man. Deep breath. Yo, when you're in close, remember what we was doing in the back, right? Look, you get in your legs like this. You want to be each side of the shoulder. Whatever side you come up with your shot. Then go over this side. Body, head. Body, head. You're breaking him down, man, but you got to let your hands go, though. Throw the double and triple your jab, man. Yeah. Y afuera, okay. Vamos, necesitamos ese round mejor.
We need this round.
Estos dos últimos rounds están muy cerrados, Carlos.
They're really close rounds. They don't work for us. Come on.
Hacerlo mejor.
Do it better. Everything's in line here. Come on, let's go.
Ese es el 8.
This is the 8.
Nomás tenemos 3, okay?
We got 3 left.
With all due respect to what we've heard in the respective corners, Joe, one of the reasons you are sitting where you are is to also give us your insight. What are the adjustments you want to see both fighters make as we now, head into these later rounds?
I'll start with Castro. He's got to throw that right hand. Now, Fulton is very aware of that right hand. He's starting to keep that left hand up good. He does not want to get hit with that again. But it's incumbent upon Castro to work that right hand and follow up to the body. He's just got to start landing bigger shots.
And Abner, to Bozianis' comments, he wants to see Fulton become busier.
Yeah, now he is this round.
Oh, he got there again. He got clipped again. Yep. Fulton in trouble. Fulton hanging on after getting rocked by Carlos Castro. He went down in round 5. He's in danger here in round 8.
And it was that short right hand again.
Again, the short right is might for Carlos Castro.
He got comfortable. He was doing a good job with letting his punches go, but he opened up a little bit too much.
A momentary lapse in concentration, and Carlos Castro has Fulton on the ropes, and he lands
cannot let him survive this round. You got to go after him.
Well,
and we know it. Prime Video send out the alert. Upset alert in Las Vegas here, guys.
At this point, Castro's just got to let loose and throw every right hand he can when he's in the range. You know, because he's obviously more powerful. He's not getting hurt by the Fulton punches. You got to take more chances now because it is late in the game.
Hard warning. Hard warning. Time in.
Hard warning from the referee to Stephen Fulton. Stop holding. Well, the power of Castro is forcing Fulton to hold on. And Fulton using footwork, trying to find the angles, keeps turning, deflecting the punches from Castro. But Fulton has to turn on the offense somehow. He has to get it back into overdrive here with just over a minute left in the 8th.
Yeah, Fulton is a smart fighter. He's waiting for Castro to open up and counter with something and get his attention.
Oh, but gets caught again with the left hook. Castro landed the left. Body work by Castro is fighting a very smart fight, guys. Going
really smart.
And downstairs, Joe.
You talked about the levels. Moro, Castro's there. Castro's showing us that he is deserving of this level of fighting.
His biggest win coming into this fight was against former world title challenger Jenis Cervania back in February of 2019. 30 seconds left in the 8th. Plenty of time left. But boy, Carlos Castro is putting himself in position to record a major upset, but never count out a guy like Cool Boy Steph.
Go back.
And first knockout loss, long layoff for Stephen Fulton Jr. Carlos Castro looking to capitalize.
You got to think of what Fulton is thinking right now. He got knocked out in this last fight and knocked out twice already in this one.
All right, let's look back. There's the short right hand again, right on his chin, right on Fulton's chin. Fulton threw a little looper and got clipped by a shorter, more effective right hand. Now, Fulton's just trying to survive here.
Yes.
Well, Castro is, okay, now here we go, a little bit later. There's the right hand counter again, then the left uppercut, which really buckled Fulton right there. He got hit with 2 good shots in that segment right there.
Yeah, you hear me? Just to go ahead and let them hands go, man. Let them hands go. You got to smoke his shot. All he got is the right hand.
This is not
nothing else but the right hand.
Seconds out.
So Fulton found himself in trouble again in the 8th, but he's only been down the one time, the right hand in the 5th, and now he's been down 3 times in his career, all 3 times in his last 2 fights. This fight in Vegas and last year when he went to Japan and got knocked out by Naoya Inoue. And the jab again dictates the terms to begin round 9 for Castro.
Yeah, the jab is everything for Castro right now, setting every big shot. Not many, but when he lands, they're really big shots from Castro.
So how does Fulton take away Castro's jab? Somewhat.
Well, look, look, you got a few ways to take away a jab. You can parry it, you can slip it.
How do you take it?
Well, I'm telling you, you can parry it, you can slip it, you can counter it. But look, right now it's not the jab he's got to worry about. It's that darn right hand that Castro.
Well, but the jab has kept him at bay with time running out. It's 9th round.
But it may have kept him at bay. But is Fulton ahead on the cards right now? That's the thing.
I don't think so.
I want some overhand rights. I want some overhand rights from Fulton on top of that jab, and that's how you kind of stop Castro from throwing the jab, because you're going to have him thinking of throwing it.
Okay, yeah, Fulton's been getting caught by the counter right hands. That's not necessarily by 1-2s, even though the first one it was a 1-2. Look, the bottom line is this: if I'm in Castro's corner, I'm telling him you better be looking for a knockout right here. Don't let it go to the scorecards. I'd be worried about that. Would you not be if you were in Castro's corner?
Nice left hook by Fulton. There's the jab again from Castro. Trying to just keep Fulton at bay. Unofficial scorecard, Joe Goosen has Fulton up by 3 points again. Highly competitive affair with Castro scoring the lone knockdown in round 5. Every round, of course, scored individually based on effective punching, the #1 criteria.
Yeah, beautiful work right now from Castro from a distance, not letting Fulton get in the inside, pushing him back with that jab.
Oh, but a stiff jab from Fulton again.
Yeah,
rights the head back.
One after Castro landed 2 or 3.
But it's as we say with judging all the time, right, Joe? You land 5, 6 good jabs, one heavy power shot, eliminates it.
That's right.
And there, Fulton trying to sit down, landing the right and left, smothering the offense. Shoe shine from Fulton to the body, clipping right hand by Fulton. Back comes Castro. Fulton spins away, pivoting.
Yeah, Castro has got to start throwing the right hand right from that distance.
Left hook landed for Fulton, but again, Castro ate it.
That's what he gets for winning. That's right.
Oh, really good round right now.
And Fulton's out hustling him.
Yeah, he is in the inside.
Fulton landing more punches in this round. Castro throwing more, but not as high a clip. In fact, Fulton has landed 50% of his punches when he needed it most. And now, the 10th and final round. High drama here in Las Vegas.
Finish him, finish him.
Que no te saque este round. Carlos, aquí está la pelea.
You cannot lose this round. This is where the fight is.
Give me some water.
Final round, touch gloves, okay?
Don't do nothing crazy. Just keep watching your box, your fight. Yes, sir. Okay, Carlitos. Que no, Carlitos, aquí está la pelea en este round.
When you double and triple your jab, you're getting close. Come down and you go to the body, go back up top. You got to go back up and down. Don't smuggle your shots, though. You get too close sometimes.
All he's looking for is the foul.
The right hand. All he going the right hand. The right hand. Let that shit and back him up, man.
Keep them hands up.
Yeah, you got to back him up and move your head, man.
Yeah. Second down. Good job, Carlos. Good job, Steve.
From T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, the 10th and final round. Former unified 122-pound champion Stephen Fulton in his featherweight debut against Carlos Castro, who's on a 3-fight winning streak, has tasted defeat twice. Fulton coming off his first loss, but now it could very well come down to this final round as Fulton and Castro engage in the center of the ring.
Well, Robert Altazar, the corner man for Castro, was saying that you need this round. And, you know, I don't disagree with him.
No, not at all. He needs his, I think both of them, Fulton as well, too.
And they both are fighting like they need the round.
Yeah.
Wow, Fulton in the inside, exchanging, but he gets tagged as well. Incredible exchange here to kick off the 10th round. And this is what you want when there's a sense of urgency. One man looking to change his career, the other looking to return to prominence.
Yeah, both corners, there's a sense of desperation in both corners. You can't be sure of the judging right now.
Of course, there's close rounds. There's some close rounds.
Again.
But both having their moments in this last round.
The jab again from Castro. Feints from Fulton, looking to change levels, gets to the inside, attacks the body of Castro. Goes upstairs with a left hook, does Fulton. Right hand by Fulton.
Fulton's definitely won this segment of the round. They're about halfway through.
Yeah, midpoint of the final round. But now Fulton comes in very close. Smothering that offense, needs to find the right range to land a punch of significance, and he just did. But look at Castro. Castro continues to wear Fulton's punches.
That's
incredible left hand from Fulton.
That second left hook looked like a bobble of a little bit.
And yet, still standing. He's been down twice, as we mentioned, both against Brandon Figueroa back in 2022.
Minute left here.
Under a minute now.
We talked about big shots that referees and judges are looking for.
Oh, this is a close fight, you guys.
Oh, it's been all Fulton this round.
I mean, an overall incredible round for Fulton.
And Fulton looks like, you know, he's a little, you know, he doesn't want to give up this round like he needs it too.
Well, really, he should go. Oh, beautiful cut. I mean, hard punches, whether they knock Castro down or not, they are effective punching. They're the more eye-catching shots of the round belong to Stephen Fulton.
Eye-catching, and they're effective. They're hurting Castro.
He's not fighting like it. But I hear you, I hear you. He's coming forward. That's his style. Stephen Fulton's featherweight debut. Carlos Castro's 33rd professional fight. They go 10 full rounds. Castro with the knockdown in the 5th. Fulton fighting back hard here in the 10th.
Good job.
And we will now sit on tenterhooks, awaiting the decision, people on their feet as they went 10 full hard rounds. And I know we'll get to the stats, and they only tell a portion of the story, but overall, what did you think of Stephen Fulton's featherweight debut, Abner?
I loved it. I loved the way that Fulton was able to, overcome that knockdown, being hurt, the fact that he lost in this last fight. And listen, he closed the show. He closed this round in this fight.
Joe, what are your thoughts not only on Fulton's return, but let's not forget Carlos Castro acquitted himself very well against a top shelf.
Well, when he said he never trained this hard before, I tend to believe him.
Yeah.
Because he looked better than ever, and he looked dangerous during the whole fight. I just think he didn't let his punches go enough in this fight. And I think Fulton out-hustled him in a lot of ways. And that might be the difference in the scorecards. We'll see.
Castro became a father at age 16 and gave up boxing from 15 to 17, but he's back now at 30. Let's revisit some of these highlights.
All right, this is early on in the fight. Nice little right hand double hook from Fulton. And the midway. And here we go. Let's see what happens. Yeah, good right hand. There's the counter. That was a beautiful counter by Castro.
It was every time, every moment where Fulton was feeling comfortable, they got hit with that right hand. There he is, getting comfortable again, letting his shots go, landing at will. But Castro always found a way as well. Nice flurry there from Castro.
And that was a round that Fulton was winning handily. Here we go. This is probably late in the fight here when Fulton started landing a lot of those great big left hooks.
3 judges and Nevada State Athletic Commission seated at ringside will score these fights, of course, each round based on effective punching. As you look at the final punch stats, again, higher percentage for Fulton, almost dead even in terms of total connects. Power shots, the advantage belongs to Fulton. When it comes to jabs, the more landed by Castro, but higher accuracy by Fulton. So it's going to come down to the words that are now about to be uttered by ring announcer Miguel Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Lisa Giampa sees it 95-94 for Castro. Judge David Sutherland sees it 96-93 for Fulton. And Judge Don Trella sees it 95-94 for your winner by split decision, Stephen Scooter
His chinny chin chin, Stephen Fulton Jr. will escape his featherweight debut with a split decision win over Carlos Castro. And hey, not a big crowd yet here in Las Vegas, but a smattering of boos, a mixed response. And we will go to Jim Gray now to speak to the winner. Cool boy, Steph.
All right, Stephen, congratulations on the victory. Your thoughts on escaping this right here?
I feel like it was a tough round for that round, but I came back and I overturned things. I kept digging deep and I kept fighting.
In the 5th round, you went down, almost again in the 8th. What was going on stylistically and strategically at that point that allowed that?
My coaches told me to keep the right hand up because that's all he was looking for, to come back over top. And I made that mistake by not keeping that right hand up.
You comfortable with moving up at this weight?
Hell yeah, hell yeah. I feel stronger, I feel better, but this is my first fight back in 14 months. Ring rust is out of the way, and I feel like I did an amazing job for my comeback fight. I feel like I did good. Shout out to Carlos Castro. He's a great fighter, great Mexican warrior.
How much rust do you think you had?
How much rust?
Correct.
I mean, a lot, man. This is my first. It's never like sparring. Sparring is the easy part, but when you get in there with them 8s on, no headgear, no nothing, and then you're under pressure, that's when it counts. So I feel like the ring rust played a major part, but I'm back and I'm better, and thank you for allowing me to showcase my talents on Canelo Berlanga card.
All right, Stephen, congratulations.
Shout out to the boos, too.
Shout out to the boos. And with that, we go back tomorrow.
All right, so cool boy Stephen Fulton Jr. overcomes the longest layoff of his career, overcomes his first loss, a knockout, overcomes a 5th round knockdown, and in his 126-pound debut, Stephen Fulton Jr. ekes out a split decision win, had the more eye-catching shots, not known for his power with only 8 KOs, but Stephen Fulton Jr. improves to 22-1, a victor in his featherweight debut. Let's go back to BC.
Yeah, certainly didn't come easy. All right, it is Saturday night here in Las Vegas. Canelo Álvarez, center of the boxing world again. Next month, though, we've got an action-packed main event from Orlando in Florida. Tim Tszyu will try and get back a piece of the Super Welterweight Championship on October 19th. He's going to take on the undefeated Bakram Murtazaliev for the IBF title. And we're bringing you this fight for free right here on Prime Video. But don't forget, tonight on pay-per-view, we've got Mexico versus Puerto Rico. We got Edgar Berlanga. He's undefeated, and he's repping his Puerto Rican heritage as he attempts to topple the legend in Canelo Álvarez.
Discipline, dedication. It's time to shock the world and take over.
Canelo, he likes when people respect him. He feels like they're his dog. You know, like, yeah, I'm the guy that's getting you paid. Where we from, we don't respect big homies. I don't care if he got all those titles. You already made your plays in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And everybody knows it. Everybody's tired of him. They want to see something different. They want to bring that Floyd energy back. I'm a guy that people want to turn on the TV just to see me. They're going to pay to see me either win or lose.
Estamos ready, oíste. Puerto Rico en la casa, oíste, puñeta. Campeón de mundial, oíste.
You know, I don't want this to be a one-hit wonder, you know what I'm saying, where I get my first shot and it's like, oh yeah, he fought the right fight, but you know, he lost. No, that's not our game plan, you know. He's a guy that has a lot of experience, you know, so I gotta be on my A game and you know, I can't slip up, I can't make mistakes. Literally, like, if you go put a brick wall in front of me and I'll break that motherfucker down, like I keep punching it and I'll break it down.
Fuck that bitch.
Got everything on. I want to become a legend, man, in the sport, and I just want to take over the world, man. Not just boxing, I want to take over the world.
No fear in my eyes, man.
You know, one thing Edgar Berlanga certainly doesn't lack is confidence. He said some of Canelo's past opponents, well, they were beaten as soon as they entered the ring. Berlanga says he was made for this moment, even though the first time for him fighting on this level and for the world title. Now, for Canelo, certainly has a great respect for the history of the sport, you know, and this rivalry that his country has with Puerto Rico. One thing that he doesn't respect, though, are fighters who talk trash. In fact, Canelo says that is one of the things he's promising, to shut Berlanga up with a knockout in 8 rounds or less.
México versus Puerto Rico tiene mucha historia. Berlanga sé que viene a ganar. Eso me motiva más. Aprendí un poquito la conferencia de prensa del que haya hablado mucho Berlanga. Siempre he respetado a los puertorriqueños, ¿no? En especial a Miguel Ángel Cotto, con el que me tocó pelear en el 2015, que para mí fue un honor. Lo siento mucho porque va a perder su compatriota. Me gusta este tipo de peleadores porque así me gusta callarle la boca más. La experiencia que tengo, la inteligencia, las habilidades boxísticas. Siempre les he dado lo mejor, ¿no? He peleado con los mejores del mundo durante toda mi carrera. Pero sé que es un peleador fuerte, ¿no? Pero nada nuevo para mí.
Berlanga pues es un peleador como todos que vienen a querer ser campeones, pero una cosa es querer y una cosa es llevarlo a cabo en el día de la pelea.
Como siempre voy a entregar todo arriba del cuadrilátero, entregarles una gran pelea a la afición. Sí me gusta que estén bien confiaditos y que hablen y todo. Me gusta romperles el hocico cuando hablan así. La putiza de su vida, como le dije.
Listen, don't forget, we got really an action-packed pay-per-view card coming your way here on Prime Video pay-per-view. Now, listen, you can buy it at Amazon.com/PBC, or you can buy it through the Prime Video app, regardless if you have a Prime membership. And, you know, listen, we can show you right now just one of the reasons why you should join us on pay-per-view.
Mexican Independence Day weekend in the entertainment capital of the world. And what could fit the occasion better than one of the sports world's biggest stars? Hailing from Guadalajara, Mexico, Saul Canelo Álvarez.
I see every single thing in boxing already, so it's nothing new for me.
Not only is the city packed with fans for boxing's biggest superstar, but also for the young, flashy, never short for words New Yorican Edgar the Chosen One Berlanga.
You from a different club. You from a different DNA. When they get in that square circle, they gotta fight that Berlanga, and boy, he hits hard.
On September 14th, Edgar Berlanga steps into the ring with one goal.
And I got the opportunity now to become the face of Puerto Rico and become the face of boxing.
To dethrone one of boxing's kings.
To the chairs, Kovalev's hurt, Kovalev's down, Kovalev's out, it's over.
It's gonna be hard for him Saturday night.
Once you take a look at the fight card, number of champions, former champions. You're going to have, start things off, the former 140-pound champ, Rolly Romero, to kick things off. He's going to take on Manuel Jaimes. That's a 10-round scrap. Next is the former super middleweight champ. How about Caleb Plant? He's back. He's going to take on the unbeaten Trevor McCumbee. McCumbee, big-time knockout guy. That's going to be a really interesting fight. These two have had a lot of back and forth in the fight buildup, especially this week and at the press conference. Then after that, you're going to see the co-main. And you want to talk about an interesting fight. How about Danny Swift Garcia? Been away from the ring for over 2 years, but Swift is back, says he wants to make history, add to his legacy by being a 3-division world champion. Well, he's now moving up to 160, middleweight, to take on the ageless one, the 41-year-old WBA middleweight champion Erislandy Lara. Now you look at Lara defending his title the past couple of times. He has just blown guys out of the ring. This will be really interesting to see these two in the pocket, slugging out the winner, the WBA middleweight champion. And then, of course, you have the main event. Canelo Álvarez, unbeaten at 160, taking on Edgar Berlanga. Berlanga is unbeaten, 22-0. Keep in mind, Canelo Álvarez has been victorious in 21 world title fights. Experience, Canelo, but Berlanga's the bigger guy, and he says he will step to Canelo and take him out in 6 rounds or less. It will be the main event that you will see here on PBC on Prime pay-per-view. Speaking of Mexico and Puerto Rico, main events. Take a look at the numbers here. The total champions, obviously Mexico. But when you look at Puerto Rico, and considering that territory, they've had more champions per population. Of, you talk about 1 million folks, they've had 51 world champions. You see in the head-to-head what these guys have done. And you want to talk about some of the greatest fights between these two, and Canelo, hey, you can put him in to some of those. You know, remember Canelo and Miguel Cotto, all of those, some of the best rivalries, and we will add another chapter to this rivalry tonight here from Las Vegas. Again, we want to make sure that you purchase the pay-per-view, and make sure you do it. All you've got to do is go to Amazon.com/PBC. You can do it through the Prime Video app. Even if you have a Prime membership, you can still purchase the pay-per-view. It will be interesting because you will have former champions, current champions, all lined up on this pay-per-view card. That's going to do it for all of the prelim action here on Prime. For my comrades, Mauro Ranallo, Abner Mares, Joe Goosen, I'm Brian Custer. We're going to see you at 8 p.m. Eastern from T-Mobile Arena, the home of some of the best world title fights, as Edgar Berlanga, the unbeaten Edgar Berlanga, will take on the super middleweight champion, the unified champ, Canelo Álvarez, on pay-per-view.